40 degrees in Minnesota, and it finally feels like Mother Nature's not punching you in the gut every time you step outside. So we are going to be doing maintenance. We're going to be doing a lot of maintenance today, and we're going to be talking about some of the subtle differences and not so subtle differences. The things like deferred maintenance versus daily maintenance and what that exactly means. So without wasting any more time, let's see what the guys are up to. What's up, boys?
What's up? Hey.
Boys and toys, what are we looking at? That doesn't mean that's what you want to run them at. Some people prefer to keep the tires a little bit lower because that actually adds a little bit of cush to their ride, believe it or not. What else do we got going on today?
Well, during that snowstorm, we had all the wiper blades fall off.
So we were able to keep working. So let's talk about the main difference between daily maintenance and deferred maintenance. Deferred maintenance means those things which break, but you can still operate long enough to keep yourself in business when you're down. So here's another tool that I'm going to recommend you guys put in your tool case. It's this thing right here. Let me see if I can find it. Go ahead and lock that on, Xander. Lock it on. Now you locked it. Now go ahead and put grease. Watch how hard. This thing stays locked on. Look at him push. That thing doesn't come off. That's pretty slick. If you guys don't have one of them, get one. I'll put a link to it below, but go ahead. Show them, and it just slides off. If you even consider this, you're not running both. The reason I use a marine grade grease is specifically in the winter time, in that odd cycle where the snow is starting to melt and I have to go out and stack giant piles of snow up. What happens is all of the pivot points on my machine are subjected to lots of water. This stuff has a higher stick point to it and it helps resist corrosion. And it's only at those times that I really like to make sure that I get this stuff in my equipment. The marine grade grease. I just go with an all-purpose. An all-purpose grease is exactly what it's meant for. It's going to go in just about every application that you guys can. Xander is going to learn how to use the Milwaukee grease gun because we've upgraded years ago. We've got the old style grease guns, but we've also found that. How do you like this thing, Tim? This has been your baby for a couple years now, hasn't it?
Yeah, this makes greasing real fast and real easy. The time it saves you, it's nice. So it triggers itself if you adjust it at 50, 20, you hold down the button and it'll go 20, set at 20 on speed 1. As long as you hold the trigger down. So here, let's dial this thing up. I usually just put it on 50, speed 2, so it's just quick. That's done. So started squeezing out.
Okay, so there's spots where you just can't use regular grease on it. Little things that still have movable parts that you probably want to hit with grease, but the grease gun isn't going to work. So we've used this stuff called Luball in the past, and it works pretty good for all of the little tiny things. One of the things that I like about this stuff is it's also a dielectric grease. Did I even pronounce that right?
Yeah, dielectric, that's good.
Yeah. Are you wearing makeup? Dude, are you wearing makeup?
Shut up. I lost the bet, okay?
What? Holy
I didn't even notice. Yeah, I was hoping no one would. You got guy liner on? Or
what the heck?
I lost the bet. So I cleaned it up best I could. I'm just gonna squirt some Luball on all the components that are metal.
So that was really corroded.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, so we use that not only in our electrical components, but we use it for general greasing applications too. All right, so not all of you guys have snowplows, but if you do, you will have an electrical connection and that uses what's called dielectric grease, Tim.
Dielectric grease.
And that typically is a specialty grease. You're not gonna have that handy. That's why I like this stuff, because this is a dielectric grease, but it's also a general lubricant as well. It's one of the few that I found actually is kind of a multi-purpose, given it you're gonna want to carry it with you for other things, is what I mean. So, I mean, here's the thing. If your door hinges are squeaking, you use it there, but you can also use it where you really need it, like points like that.
If I'm having problems with my snowplow, the first thing I always do is come out, electrical problems, things don't seem like they're reacting quite right. I always check this first and always add dielectric grease to it.
So this is important to squish this in there. Tim, you proposed that we nickname him Zoolander from this point, because his name's Xander.
Kind of goes. Hey, Zoolander. Better than Guyliner. I'll take it.
I like Guyliner better.
We know.
Alright, but it's up to you guys in the comments down below. Tell us what his new nickname is. Is it Zoolander? Is it Guyliner? Is it something you create all on your own? What do you think? Are you up for it, Xander?
Yes, name me.
Name. We literally write the hours and the date on all of the filters so that we know exactly when it was changed last. Can't get at the 300.
Shut up.
No. So that's another thing, the guys parking here. You always got to park so you can check the oil before you start.
And to be able to jump that piece of that battery's dead, we're dragging it out just to jump it. So good point. How you park the equipment is almost as important as the maintenance ahead of time. By backing that thing in like that.
Yeah, if that doesn't start, we got issues.
True story, when we first started getting into excavating, we didn't think about how we parked the piece of equipment was very important. So we parked it in a low spot on the job site, and we had a flash flood come in overnight. We had to get up at 3 in the morning and run out to the job site and move the excavator because the waters were starting to fill up around it. So when you're parking your piece of equipment, if you're leaving it out on the job site, give yourself an exit strategy. Look at this wing that you see right here. This is a perfect example of where you need what I call a sticky lubricant. When you look at this wing, it's subjected to a lot of movement, right? In and out all day and all night. And it's in a highly corrosive environment. Now you would think you would you'd have to have grease zerks on it. Here, I want to show you guys what I'm talking about. Right here, this is gonna wear pretty fast if you don't have lubrication. And when you use a regular lubricant, it's gonna disappear on you. That's where that's why you use this stuff. This is the sticky lubricant that I was talking about. I like to squirt it in all of these areas because I know that it's gonna stay with me. You can get it in there. Now, hey, don't worry if you don't get it just right. Something is better than nothing. But now this stuff is gonna be there every time I go to move this snowplow. Now I can't reach all of it, and that's when I've used this bad boy right here. Even on joints like this, I can work this in here, and I like to work it from the bottom up. Although it will roll down, I like to make sure that I get it in here. This does not have, the problem is, this doesn't have a grease zerk. But it's still a joint that moves up and down. Every time that I raise and lower this snowplow, this is subject to wear. It doesn't have a grease zerk, but it should have some kind of lubrication to protect it. Otherwise, you're gonna have premature issues happening. So although it may not look like you have grease zerks and you need to lubricate stuff, it's just common sense. It boils down to common sense. That's why they make these things, that's why I use them. Okay, so now I've lubed it up. Now I like to move it around a little bit, and then I'm gonna hit it again. I'm just gonna make sure that I can get it from all the different angles. And I'll go to the back side and get some in there too. It's got a little bit of a different nature to it, but I like it. So for those areas, I'll use this. For the other areas where I got better access, I'll use the other stuff.